So, is there a J.J. Abrams cut of The Rise of Skywalker out there somewhere? Short answer, probably not. But what I really want to do is I want to kind of get into this Reddit leak that is more than likely just fan fiction that somebody actually did a pretty good job writing. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. However, I think it was a Forbes article that I just read a little while ago that said that this is pretty much somebody that kind of went through everything that he or she had seen that fans wanted to see out of Rise of Skywalker and created this leak based around that. And then also around some things I think that probably are true. So I'm going to kind of go through some of the bullet points on this and kind of give my reaction to this. Spoilers for Rise of Skywalker ahead. So if you haven't seen the movie, turn back now. So the first part of it that is absolute complete bullshit is this concept that Disney sabotaged J.J. Abrams in Rise of Skywalker so that maybe perhaps Warner Brothers and DC would not hire him or bring him on, which they've already hired him, but maybe they would decide to go away from him because he screwed up Star Wars. Come on, are you serious? You think that they're going to sabotage their own thing just so that they can keep J.J. Abrams from going to another company? No, absolutely not. First of all, Warner Brothers has seen everything J.J. Abrams has done. They've looked at his total portfolio and they've decided to hire him. This would be like an athlete that had a stellar college career, but maybe had a bad combine or whatever. You're still going to get drafted. I mean, they might use that combine a little bit as a decision-making, as far as decision-making, and it might make them ask some questions. But for the most part, they looked at your career. They want to draft you. Same thing with Warner Brothers. They've looked at JJ. Will they ask him some questions and say, hey, JJ, what happened in Rise of Skywalker? Why was it not as fulfilling to fans as what they had hoped? Perhaps. But still, even then, man, that entire concept that they sabotaged him is just complete bullshit. Okay, so the next part of this is that there were some scenes cut from the movie, in particular that had to do with some past actors actually filming scenes for it. This one, I don't know. This is possible, and this is kind of part of the ending that I wanted to see. So there's part of me that really wants to believe that these scenes were shot somewhere out there. And honestly, if they were shot, it would make me a little angry that Disney would have cut them. This included Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor and Samuel L. Jackson shooting scenes as Force ghosts of Anakin, Mace, and Obi-Wan, respectively. And it would have had a lot more power than what we had, which was just the voices. I thought they did well with the voices in there, and it was really cool to hear some of the voice actors from the animated series in that, including, characters such as Ahsoka and Kanan Jarrus. That was pretty cool to see, or hear, I guess. But, man, if they would have had the Force ghosts of those three, and if they would have been standing there helping her with Palpatine, or maybe staving off all those Sith that were in the crowd, or however they would have handled, kind of helping her, that would have been pretty awesome. So, man, who in their right mind would take that scene, unless if it didn't work, unless if they shot it and it just didn't look good. I can't see Kathleen Kennedy or Bob Iger saying, oh yeah, that scene, let's just get rid of that. Let's not have that. I just can't see it. I just don't know if I believe that. Okay, so the next part, I just want to kind of end this with talking about the Kylo Ren and Rey romantic stuff, and how JJ didn't really want to see that. Honestly, before I saw the movie, I didn't really think I wanted to see it either. I didn't think it was necessary, but I thought it was handled really well. I felt like by the end of Rise of Skywalker, those two had such a connection that to not have that would have been a disservice to the entire franchise. I thought it worked really well. But do I think that maybe Disney pushed him to have that? That's possible. Let's not be stupid about this. Disney saw the reaction of Last Jedi. They did some research. They read some social media. They saw what was out there that people wanted, and they probably said, hey, JJ, you know what? We want to have your talent in here, but we also want to do something to please the fans, so let's kind of find that nice little balance on that. And I could see Disney saying, yeah, people really want to see Reylo, so let's put that in there. But the other part of the Kylo Ren thing that seems kind of interesting, and I really wish they should have made the movie just a little bit longer, and some of these things could have been added in there. But it wasn't necessarily obvious, the Han Solo scene and what was happening there. And what I mean by that is that, we know it wasn't Han Solo. Han Solo wasn't Force sensitive. It wasn't a Force ghost. And if he's a Force ghost, then everybody's a Force ghost. So that would just kind of throw that off. So I definitely don't want to see that. However, watching the film, I just assumed in a lot of ways that what had happened is, Leia used her last bit of energy to call out to Ben, which snapped him out of it and kind of helped him turn. But then the Han Solo scene was nothing more than him thinking back in his memories and replaying that scene again in a way that helped him transition back to Ben Solo. But the one thing that didn't really make sense was when Kylo was trying to find the words and was going to say, I love you to his father. And Han Solo said his famous line, I know. Now, there's a possibility that Kylo Ren or Ben, I guess should say, could have heard the stories over and over again. That probably would have been one of those moments that, friends and family, when he was over, would tell or however, it makes more sense if in the end they would have had, and if this scene would have been a little bit longer where it was obvious that Leia was still there, her essence was still there, and that she was manifesting Han Solo to speak to her son. Because it would just make way more sense that at the end, in her consciousness, if, when she saw that Ben was trying to say, I love you to his father, that she would have said that line, I know. And that would make way more sense. And honestly, there's little moments that if they added to this film would have taken it from a movie I really liked to a movie that I absolutely loved. And I read this Reddit post, and all it says to me is, here's somebody who's sat down, read through everything that he or she thought that Star Wars fans wanted to hear, and started making a bullet point list of things and said, this was supposed to have happened. So good job. Saltier Than Crate is the name of the thread that it's on. And this, let me see. I want to actually credit this, I guess. Let's see. Okay. Ego Shop, I guess, is the name of the poster on this. And, good job. Good fan fiction. I'm actually impressed. I want to see more from you. All right, that's all I got on this story. Thank you to everyone who has watched our videos. We are really enjoying making these. If you'd like to support our continued efforts, please subscribe and follow. You can also check out my novel, For a Kwai from the Shadows. There's a link in the description below. Have a great day, and may the Force be with you.